All right, welcome into Scoop and Score. My name's Tanner, and it's been a wild rivalry week, has it not? Who saw the Ohio State game coming? I did say I wouldn't be surprised if it was a blowout, but I'm surprised the way the blowout happened. I'll put it that way. Yeah, the narrative on that game is straight up wrong. Everybody's saying that Ohio State got pushed around in the trenches and that they got manhandled, that the game played out the same as it did last year. It's like people didn't watch the game, because that is not what happened. I think Ohio State thoroughly dominated about 2.5 to 3 quarters of that game, and instead of being ahead by 2 touchdowns, they were behind by 2 touchdowns. And statistically, that just shouldn't have been the case. They should have been up by 2 touchdowns, like I said, and they were behind by 2 touchdowns, and then you abandon the run, and that's the result that happens. Is it got out of hand after they abandoned the run, which they had to do. But really, that game was 6 plays away, 7 plays away. I mean, I know that's a handful of plays, a good handful of plays, but that game was probably like 6 plays away from being a blowout the other direction. If early on in the game, if Cade Stover catches that 4th and 2 when they go, Ohio State goes for it on 4th and 2, they're going for the throw to make it 14 to 3. That's a big play. That's a touchdown if he catches it. The big play, Ohio State got the stop on the following possession, and then they let an 80-yard touchdown go down the sideline because Cam Brown can't make a tackle. Like I said, it's just a handful of plays. You get the ball back. If both those plays go Ohio State's way, you're getting the ball back up 14 to 3. Either way, you would getting the ball back up 10 to 3, and then who knows what happens from there. But instead, it's 10 to 10, or 10 to 7, or 10 to 10 was what it was at that point, or 10 to 7. I don't know. You get the point that I'm making. Those. It's just a couple of big plays. I thought overall the defense played pretty good. For 90% of the snaps that happened in that game, Ohio State's defense was dominant. It's just the plays that they weren't dominant were touchdowns. One stat that I heard in this that absolutely blew my mind on that game is Michigan had 7 plays for more than 15 yards. 6 of them were touchdowns. I mean, you can't have that. You cannot have that as a defense. But that's my general thoughts on the game. I'll see if anyone else has thoughts and have a nice little discussion here. But Ohio State, I think Ohio State was, I'm going to say something wild here, but I still think Ohio State's the better team. I think they're the better team in that game. They looked like the better team in that game, just not on the scoreboard. Like I said, the big plays, or you can't have the big plays like that in a matchup game like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and fill out the model here, see how we're doing. Maybe the model can brighten the day up. The other shocker game was Clemson getting beat by South Carolina. And I guess you could call that a shocker. It's only shocking because Clemson lost at home, but I don't think Clemson's very good. I'm kind of surprised they scored 30 points. I figured Clemson would win. I figured if Clemson did win the game, it would be because they shut South Carolina out because their offense is even worse, but I guess you could call it. Alright, Rice in North Texas. What happened in this game? North Texas, Rice covering, and they did. Damn, Rice needed that game to make a fucking bowl game. I was counting on it. No bowl game for the food this year. And then the total, we had 47. They were definitely under 59. Bang. Louisville and Kentucky. Let's check in on the Notre Dame game real quick too. I think Ohio State can still get in the playoff, and as an Ohio State fan, I do want them. I think we can beat Michigan. I don't. That was not. They're not 20 points better than us either. That Ohio State. That was like a 10-point game, and Ohio State quit. They had been once they didn't answer when they got down by 11, or once they got down by 14 and they didn't answer, they quit. And then Michigan ran the score up 2 more touchdowns, which I mean, I would do the same thing. I don't blame them, but they're not 4 touchdowns better or 3 touchdowns better than us 3 possessions. It was a 1.5 possession game. And like I said, like I said in my preview, I thought if there was going to be a blowout, neither blowout would just surprise me, but I figured if Michigan was going to blow Ohio State out, it would be one of those games, kind of like last year, where they just could do anything they wanted on offense and were getting 6 yards a carry. They might have finished the game with 4 or 5 or 6 yards a carry, but for 3.5 quarters, that was just because of the big runs at the end. Like I said, for 3.5 quarters, they were getting like 3 yards a carry, 2.5 yards a carry, and Ohio State was shutting the run down. And you can say that's because of the safeties, but I don't know. I don't think the one touchdown where Cam Martinez got burnt deep, the long deep touchdown, that was the only one because the defense was being too aggressive. The play call on the 80-yard touchdown where Cam Brown blew it on the outside where we blitzed everybody, the play call worked. I mean, we didn't get a sack, but we forced the ball out immediately. And when you have nobody back, when you're a corner and you have nobody back and you know you have nobody back, you got to make the tackle or at least stand the dude up so somebody can get back or catch up. When you just whiff like that, he's gone down the sideline. There's nothing you can do about it. So like I said, I think generally speaking, the defense played pretty good. The game plan was there. You just got to make the plays. And I know everybody's blaming it. It's hard to blame 19, 20, 21, 19 through 22-year-old players, but I think if anyone's to point the finger at, I don't think the play calling was bad. The plays that everybody's blaming Ryan Day for, the players were there. Or the defense for, the plays were there. You just gotta make the plays. It really is as simple as that to me. USC is up 24-7. I think that game's over. Notre Dame is not the kind of team to come from behind by 3 possessions behind. Not gonna happen. So Ohio State's playoff chances come down to USC and whoever plays in the Pac-12 championship. Who is that gonna be? Let's look real quick. Let's pull a Google tab over here. Pac-12 football standings. Of course, I gotta go all the way back down this. USC's gonna play Oregon. Oregon beat Utah, so yeah, USC's gonna play Oregon next week. It does appear. Bo Nix better get healthy real quick, or that won't be a game either. I think USC is still fraudulent. If USC gets in and plays Michigan or Georgia or Ohio State, any of the 3, they'll get beat badly. I believe. All right. Actually, I had Louisville winning this game, didn't I? That didn't happen. Got the total at least. There's the other one. Everybody's saying Alabama should get into the playoff over Ohio State now. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Beating a terrible Ole Miss team by a couple points. You lost all your big games, which fair. Ohio State lost to Michigan, and again on the scoreboard badly, but with 8 minutes to play or 7 minutes to play, that was a 10-point game. So, and they dominated 3.5 quarters or 3 quarters, and just not on the scoreboard. Like I said, when you get in big games like that, you can't kick field goals. That was really the biggest thing to me. And they didn't kick field goals. They went for it on 4th downs and didn't get it. I mean, Everybody should. It's not even what either or to me. Everybody's saying, "Oh, we should have taken the points there," and I'm like, it doesn't matter. I like going for the throat there, but you just got to make the plays. If we take the points there, it's a 11. It's still a 2-possession game in the fourth quarter, which you just can't have. And everybody knows how big momentum is in college football, and I don't know. That game should have been 13 or 17-3, depending on if you take the points, or kick a field goal, or go for it and convert on that fourth down and get a touchdown. That's either 14 or 17-3 in the first quarter. You stop the big play or don't give up the big play. Down the sideline where we missed the tackle. I'll give Michigan the long touchdown on the double move where Cam Martinez got toasted. But you make the tackle on that big play or don't give up the big play. It should be, and you convert that, and you score another touchdown when you get the ball back, theoretically. Or we'll even say a field goal. That game at worst should have been 17-10 or 21. No, they had 20. Where else? What am I missing a possession at? Because in my head I said it should have been 21-10 or 27-10 at halftime. But I'd have to watch the film again. But either way, just momentum wise, when you let them stay in the game when the game was everything. I mean, you're dominating every facet of the game, and you let them stay in the game at 20-17 at halftime. Ohio State thoroughly dominated the first half. I mean, thoroughly dominated the first half. And like I said, you let them hang around, and when you thoroughly dominate a half and you're only leading by 3, that's not a good sign, especially against a good team. And that's where Ohio State thoroughly dominating the first half is where I'm talking about. Everybody saying that Michigan put Ohio State on skates or blew them out, won the game in the trenches, blew them out of the trenches for 4 quarters. It's like, you didn't watch the game, because that's not what happened. I don't think Michigan didn't even win the trenches until the fourth quarter, and you can say that's when it matters. But like I said, I think Ohio State had kind of already started to fold at that point, because they were down 10 or 11 going into or with 14 minutes to go, because Michigan still had the ball. They had the ball inside the 10 when the fourth quarter started. So basically, beginning of the fourth quarter, Ohio State's already down 2 possessions, and I think they kind of folded at that point. And that after Ohio State folded is when Michigan started to win the trenches. But I think for 3 quarters, Ohio State won the trenches, like, pretty clearly. For 2 quarters, they dominated the trenches. All right, let's finish clearing out the model here. Notre Dame did get a touchdown since I've been ranting. They're down 10 with 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. I don't think Notre Dame can come back, but their defense is pretty good. They just got to get some stops, I guess. We'll keep an eye on that. I've been ranting. Let's finish filling out the model here and follow some games. That's 22 exactly, so they didn't cover. I had them by 20. Hey, we hit one. $76. So we're way over. And I had 48, so of course. It's been one of those days where I can't get both right. I can split games, but I can't get spread and a total right. Today's games statistically have made no sense. This Oregon State game, when you outgain a team by 150 yards, you should win that game by 2, maybe even 3 possessions, maybe even 4 possessions if turnovers go your way. And they lost. Kind of like Ohio State statistically dominating for 2.5 to 3 quarters and either being behind or only ahead by 3 points. Maybe Ohio State is bad, because Ohio State, I mean, they dominated the game. They won by a lot, but I thought Arkansas State looked fairly decent against Ohio State, and they've been doggy doo-doo all year. calculator for that. What am I doing? Missed that. Missed that. Can't believe I had that game that close. Damn, this 3 in a row is gonna kill me. I've been doing good. 46. I had 56, of course. Let's see about Illinois. What am I looking for? Illinois Northwestern. 15. God damn. Having a bad day, aren't we? Started good, but that 4 in a row? You can't have that. Can't have that. I don't know why I'm trying to look these games up. I already have the stats in. 3.5. Yeah, I got that one right. Total 65. I had 64. It's both under 67. We had that right. Hey, I was actually all over that game. Wasn't I? 32. 32. The Michigan Penn State game, I remember when I was putting it in, I was all over that game too. Oh, there's a huge run by Caleb Williams on 2nd and 13. Gets him a first down inside the red zone. Caleb Williams is going to win the Heisman after CJ Stroud shit the bed today. 39. 34, of course. Missed it by 2 points. Definitely having a bad day on totals. That's real bad. Probably missed like 6 in a row there. Why did I not fill these games out? What? I must have been drunk or something. Good lord. Why did I skip so many games? Got that right. Maybe this will redeem me because I need a few games in a row. Coastal. Missed that. Army. Nope. 53, 61. That would have been a lockout. I'm more focused on totals than or on spreads than totals, but that would have been a lock of the century. There ain't no way West Virginia and Oklahoma State are scoring 62 points. Are you kidding me? Both of those. West Virginia never had an offense, and Oklahoma State's offense has absolutely disappeared since about weeks. It's been missing for about 5 or 6 weeks now, so Yeah, that would have been a for sure fire bet on the under on that game. Good lord. I don't know how the model had it at 28-23. What's 454? 56. Hey, we got it right. We got it by a point. $37.14 is more than 49. That's what? 44. Missed that. Wait. Yeah, missed it. That's not what I wanted. And then definitely missed that because Army scored 44 themselves. All right, not doing too hot. Not good news is we built ourselves enough of a cushion over the first 8 weeks of the model that we're gonna finish in the green no matter what. But haven't had a good week. I haven't had a good past couple weeks. We've just been having mediocre weeks, and I think this week's gonna be a bad week. But I don't know. Vegas is hard to beat when they're late in the season and they have 13 weeks worth of data. Turns out they're pretty good. Especially over the course of every game. I mean, I haven't done confidence picks all week because this is my first model ever, and I really just wanted to see the raw data on how the model would do. But yeah, I think if I put like confidence picks and like picked, okay, the model is picked like where, I don't know, where the most differences between Vegas or where my model is most confident compared to a line, I think I would do, I think I would have a higher percentage. I would have to like go back and look, but, and it's hard to do that and be honest, but I don't know. Overall with me hitting over 55% overall, like over the course of 400 or 500 games, I mean, I'm proud of that. That's pretty good in my opinion. To be hitting over, to be profitable on every, if I'm betting, well, theoretically was betting every single game in week 13, to have a model that's at all beating Vegas in week 13 over 60 or 70 games a week, I mean, it's pretty good. Not to toot my own horn, but I'll take that. It's hard to do. All right, what do we have on this? I had that one right. 65. Let's call it 20. 64. Or no. 50. 32 plus 20 is 52. Why can I not do math? Missed that. Be nice if I could hit one total. I'm doing awful on totals today. What am I trying to do here? My brain don't work today. It's been a long day. 13, I had 14, so I had Hawaii covering, yes. Oh. 58 and a half, 31 plus 17 is 48. Good, we got that. Finally, we had a total right. Praise the Lord, hallelujah. Hold on a second. All right. Check on the Notre Dame game real quick. Of course, it's out of commercial. I'm gonna guess USC scored. Did they score a touchdown? Texas A&M's gonna beat LSU. What is going on today? So LSU's for sure out. Yeah, Notre Dame scored. That's game on that, I think. That's 17 in the fourth quarter. Notre Dame can't score 17 points in a quarter. Kansas State's up on Kansas, so we're gonna have TCU and Kansas State. Wasn't that a blowout the first time around? Yeah, 38-28. It was at TCU, so that'll be interesting. Big 12 title game. I do, like I said, I do think I want to play Michigan again as an Ohio State fan, personally. Before the game, I didn't say that. I didn't want to play them twice, but I mean, obviously, as a losing team, you want to say you want to play twice. But I genuinely think Ohio State's better. They're not going to get embarrassed like that again. And I don't even think they really got embarrassed until, like I said, the last 5 or 6 minutes they quit and the game got out of hand. But yeah, I think call me crazy. I do think Ohio State's the better team. Oh, we lost at home and we lost by 20. But like I said, for 2.5 to 3 quarters, Ohio State was thoroughly dominant. For 2 quarters, they were thoroughly dominant in that game. For 3 quarters, I think they were the better team. And they just, like I said, you can't. When you're dominating a game like that, you can't let you have to finish drives, you have to score touchdowns, and you can't let the other team hang around, and that's what they did, and they got beat for it. But I don't think that happens twice. Alright. Got that game right at least. Analytics. Alright. 55.5. 37, that's 64. Yep. I had 49 on it, so that's a miss. Of course. I missed another total. Shock, gasp, all. Did I project all the games? I did. Gotta be getting close to the active games, so I can do a tally here real quick and we can switch to ESPN's page. Memphis, SMU. I had SMU by. No, I had Memphis covering. I had Memphis winning actually, but I ain't been money lines or betting spreads, so that's a win. And then they had 65. I missed that by half a fucking point. Shock gas ball, missed a total. Totals get really hard to beat, I think. I've said this before on the stream, but to me, totals are harder to beat because like today's game, for example, Ohio State Michigan, that's not the best example, but it's easy for the favorite team to play the other teams. I don't know, especially in games where it's one team's a lot more talented. But we'll use Ohio State Iowa for example, even though that game was a blowout too. But even if Iowa slows, I think Ohio State was a big favorite in that game. But let's say hypothetically here, just hypothetically speaking, because this is to make my point that spreads are easier to project than totals. Let's say Team A is favored. We'll call it Ohio State and Iowa. Let's say Ohio State's a 14-point favorite over Iowa. And I don't know what you would put the over-under at. Let's call it 55 because that's a pretty typical over-under. 60. Iowa can completely slow that game down and play the game perfectly to their perfection. Let's say, I mean, Ohio State could beat Iowa 14-0. It wouldn't be shocking. Iowa's defense could play great. Their offense could do awful and score no points, and Ohio State can win that game 14-0 or 16-0, 17-0, cover the spread, but be way off on totals. That's what I'm saying. I think it plays out a lot more consistently that a favorite team will cover the spread, even when the other team's game plan goes well or goes perfectly. The better team will usually win by whatever margin. I hope that explanation made sense, but you get the principle I'm trying to say, at least, I hope. We're gonna call that a push. No, we'll call that good. And then 46. They scored way more than 46. How did I have that under 46? But trust the model, missed again. I nailed this game. So that's a push. Right? No, hold on, how's this? I gotta use my brain here. I would bet Penn State to cover, and they won by exactly 19, so. Is that a push or I'm being retarded. I told you my brain's not working anymore, so sorry, chat. Bet favorite wins by spread. Push. Alright, yeah, that's a push. Alright. Uh, 35 plus 16. 51. Ooh, that extra fucking point's gonna fuck me, isn't it? Yep. We're gonna call it 16 and give it to myself. Because that's how today's going. You know, damn it, when I hit a whole game off by 50 yards, or no, 70 yards plus 50 yards, 100, when I'm within 100 yards total yardage and 2 points on the scoreboard, I'm gonna give myself that half point. We're gonna call that 16 instead of 17 and give myself the half point. That's 84. And of course I missed that. 29 and a half. That's 42. They won by 29 and a half. I had them by 26, you little bastards. These big point spread games, the model usually favors the team with the underdog, or the team that's getting points, and I don't know. I don't know. I need to actually put money on these games and get a feel for it, because I would like to see the statistic on like 28 and more favorites who, like, if that's a 28 point and more favorites, how often the favorite covers. Because to me, like, in your head, you're like, God damn, that's a lot of points. But I feel like a lot of times they do cover. Eight. They won by more than 8. Cool. 44. They went over 44. I had less than that. This game's getting played still, isn't it? Nope, it's over. 20 to 10. Notre Dame's trying to punch one in to make it 31 to 21 with 11 minutes to play. Touchdown Notre Dame, 31-21. They're keeping it a game. They're just, I don't think they can catch up. Team stats. Is this game done yet? Yep. State, Georgia, South. 487. The word Georgia to type for me is so, I don't know why my brain just always types G-E-O-R or G-E-O-R-G or G-E-O-G-R-I-A. I don't know why I do that every time, but brain deficiency of mine, I guess. Nevada. That game's done. 458 to 278, 27. What? How do you outgain a team by 180 yards and lose? How's that happen? It's one of those days, man. That's worse than Oregon outgaining by 150 yards and losing. Is that game ever? Yep. Do we not have any Pac-12 after dark games? This game's still going on. Okay. I think we finally hit where I can do a tally real quick. This would be a wild one. So what if Georgia loses? What if Georgia loses now to a 3-loss LSU team? That'll be interesting, because LSU's not going with 3 losses. Alright, let's add these games up real quick. ULM, they covered, okay. Got that wrong. 51, got that right. App State. -6. I had them by more than 6. And they lost, so that's a miss. 64.5. That's gonna be off, isn't it? 62. They were way over 62. 49, that's a push. Now that's just a miss, isn't it? Not covering. 29 plus 11 is 40. They went way over 55. Yeah. Damn, I'm not doing very good today. Alright, let's count, because we're not doing very good. 6, 7, 8. Oh, hold on, I already had that. 9, 10. 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's that string of losses coming. 18, 19. 20, 21, 22. 23, 24, 25, 26. 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay. 27, 28, 29. Maybe we are doing okay. I don't think we're doing great, but I think we're doing okay. At least on this road. Alright. 29 on the spread. Where am I on totals? Where's my 8 at? I didn't count it. Let's just count all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Started off on fire on totals. 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. 12, 13. 12, 13, yeah. 14, 15, 16. 16, there's a big string of losses, that's not good. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, we're not doing very good on totals. Not very good at all. Alright, let's count losses. 1, 2. We already got these counted. Did I put a 7 in? No. Yes. Alright. 8, 9. Okay. There's where we build a nice little lead on spreads. 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's not a good blow stretch. 17. Okay. 18, 19, 20. Maybe I'm actually doing really good on spreads and not terrible on totals. Just average. So we're 29 and 20. That's pretty fucking solid. Divided by 49. 59%. Never mind, we're doing pretty damn good on the spread. Alright, I'll take that. One, two, we already count this. We're counting losses on totals, alright. One, two, three, four. Yeah, I can just do it. We'll count just to double check. How did I put that 4L at? 1, 2, 3, 4L. Okay. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, we're losing on totals. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, we're getting our ass kicked on totals. We are getting our ass kicked on totals. 42%. That's why I care about spreads more, because of the rant I've said 100 times. Alright, that's enough of the model. Actually, let's count up our total real quick. Pull up a little third-party calculator. Alright, can I type straight into this? No, I actually gotta click. Okay. 32 plus 29 plus 32, 29, 30 plus 26. Alright, so we got 264 wins. Pull that back up. Miles clear, clear. And then $221 losses equals 264 plus 221, 45 equals 264 divided by 5 equals 264 divided by 485. 54%. I'm proud of that. You know what? Over 485 games to be beating Vegas is profitable against Vegas. It's not even just beating them, because over 50% is technically beating them, but to be profitable against Vegas over 485 games, I'm happy with that. I mean, I know there's better models out there, but first model ever, just trying to get something for a discussion point, not even necessarily to be super accurate. I'm happy with that. That's solid. I like it. But anyways, let's watch the ends of these games. That's enough of the model. This is not a game we care about. Let's go to scoreboard. UCF's gonna lose to... no, they're gonna kick a field goal to win the game. Tennessee's curb stomping Vandy, taking their anger out. Kansas State's pulling away. Jimbo the GOAT taking out LSU. How about that? All right. Oh, they scored a touchdown, not even just a field goal. South Florida 1-11. Couldn't pull the upset. I might have to test them in my bottom 10. Let's check it real quick. We're here. Hawaii still last in my bottom 10. Type. Oh, still got USF over Hawaii by 3.5, 3.2. I'm gonna put on Notre Dame game. Of course, there's still a commercial. USC turned the ball over here, I'm guessing. Oh no. Pooch punt. Pin Notre Dame deep. Man, he had a lane too. He caught, that was a mistake on that game. Notre Dame caught a fair catch on a return when he I don't know why he called a fair catch, probably because they told him to, no matter what, but that was a touchdown. There's nobody. The Gunners overshot him. They were playing the ball, and the offensive linemen were the only ones left. They're kicking themselves on that one when they look at it on film, I bet. Why do these ads keep unmuting themselves? Sorry, mute that. Alright. Jesus, stop unmuting yourself. What was that? That's the game. Notre Dame threw a pick and the game's over. Alright, well, since that's the only interesting game going on and I don't have any viewers or chat in here, I'll give it another... Why did I switch accounts? Stop. I'll give it another couple minutes here, see if I get any chat, and if not, I'm probably gonna stream a little bit early and chill out for the rest of the night because it's been a hell of a day.
At the Home Depot, we have the tools.
Nothing else, at least the model's doing okay. Kansas big play to make it a 10-point game in the fourth quarter. I don't think that's going to make any difference. Alright, I think that's going to be it for me, guys. Anyone that did stop in here, I appreciate watching. Leave some chat next time. The whole point of me doing these streams is I want to talk with you guys. I want to interact with some chat. So, if you do stop in here at any point, drop some chats, talk with me. That's the whole point of doing these again. But if you did stop in here, I do appreciate you for stopping by and watching for a little bit. So, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of my night. I hope you do the same. Hope you guys have a good night. It's gonna do it for me.